Is the UK job market actually working? Right, today I put this off for long enough, but we all know it's a bit fucked out there, don't we? If you are searching or currently find yourself unemployed due to the fact is we're being overrun with third world migrants. So let's have a chat about the UK job market and how fucked it actually is, shall we? Because you constantly get this all the time. Just get a job. Just get a job. It's easy. Yeah, go and get a job. So easy. So easy. It's like they're still in the 1980s where you can go from one job on a Friday and get your new job by Monday. Like it's simple. Go online, send your CV, and apparently you're working by the Monday. But when you look at the recruitment process, it's not that simple, is it? The numbers are in. How many people are unemployed? How competitive is it getting a job? How much work goes into applying? And what the hell is happening with young people finding themselves around work and the numbers they are fiddling to make it look like the unemployment's a lot lower than what it actually is. And the numbers are quite terrifying. How many people in the UK are unemployed? Let's start with the official figures. The official figures is what we're going by here because I can go by other figures, I can go by other talking points, but I can't verify them. So we're going by official figures, but we know they're probably lies. Okay, we know they're probably not as exaggerated as they should be. It's probably a lot higher. Okay, so bear that in mind as we're going through these figures as we do what we're doing. So according to the latest Office of National Statistic figures, UK unemployment is 4.9%. You heard that right. 4.9%. Okay. That's around 1.77 million adults, 16 to 67-year-olds, unemployed. Unemployed. Don't forget when the retirement age was a lot lower, there was less unemployed. Why? Why has it gone up? Why has it gone up? You tell me. Now, you've also got economic inactivity. The latest figure is 16 to 64-year-olds is 20.9% of economic inactivity. That's around 9.1 million people who are economically inactive. Do apologise if I'm saying some of these words wrong. I'm not the strongest of readers, or it's fine. We'll get on with it. Yeah. No, get on with it, Sean. You're boring me. And then you got the claimant count, which is 1.665 million. That was of July of this year, 2026. Now, before someone starts shouting, you just can't add all those numbers together. There's different measurements. But what they do show is that the headline of unemployment figure doesn't tell you that everything that's happened in the labour markets, does it? No, it doesn't. So now we'll move on. How many applicants does it take? Or applications, shall I say, sorry, does it take to get yourself your foot in the door? Okay, now here's where it gets very interesting, because how many applicants do you think it takes to get one job? 5, 6, 20, 25? There's no universal number. Some's going to take longer than others, obviously, but obviously it depends on the job, industry, and the person. But Career Plug analysed more than 10 million job applications from over 60,000 small businesses. This is small businesses as well, who are more likely to take you on your personality and get to know who you are, more than just, oh, there's a number, we'll take him. Like your bigger companies, your Amazon, your Sainsbury's, your Tesco's, yeah? All right, got it. And it's still a cunt to get in there, okay? Bear that in mind. All right. And this is their 2024 data. Employers received on average 180 applicants for every hire. 180. That's small businesses in your local areas. In your local areas, right? This is yeah, okay. 180. That's around 3% of, and only around 3% of those were invited to interview. Okay. then of the people who actually got the interview, around 20% of interviews resulted in a hire. So think about that. You've got potentially hundreds of people applying. Most don't even get through the interview stage. So you just get the normal rejection email. Oh, thanks for you wasting your life, but unfortunately, your slave request isn't required. Next. But most don't even get through the interview stage, and then you're competing against other people who are just the average from the particular data set. It's not saying that single job takes 180 applicants. Some take a lot less, obviously, and some take a lot more. Obviously, we're going to deep dive into that because obviously some people's circumstances are different to others. Okay, but it shows you how competitive recruitment actually is, and how I think how fucked it is. Okay, application is a job in itself. And there's the actual work involved in applying because you are not just sending a CV anymore. You are told, tailor your CV to each and every specific role. Let's say that takes 30 minutes per CV tailoring, and you're doing 50 a week and hearing nothing back. 30 minutes times 50, that's 150 hours gone. Or 15 hours, sorry, gone of your life. Just gone. Tailoring a CV, okay? Writing a cover letter, research the company, explain why you want the job. Well, we all know why everyone wants a job. For the Rennies, for the fucking Rennies, innit? We don't care about anything else. Explain why you're suitable. Tell a load of bullshit, then send it off. And then you might never hear anything back, which is probably 95% of the time. So then you do it all over again and again and again, and then you want, and then they start wondering why people are tapping out of that as well as everything else in life because everything is a fucking chore and it's made to make your life a misery. And then if you're applying for loads of jobs, so say for example you're just coming out, you're a newbie, you're a 16-year-old, and you just want to get your foot in the door anywhere. So you're applying fucking everywhere. You're applying for all sorts, applying for warehouse all the way over to retail to cleaning to fucking stacking shelves to food stuff. Yeah, you're applying for everything. Okay. Okay, it was nothing like that when I was 16. I just left school and went straight in. But that's not what this video is about. This video is not about, oh, look what I managed to do when I was 16. You do the same. No, it's not like that anymore. It's completely and utterly fucked. And I completely have a lot of sympathy for a lot of young people who are finding it very, very hard at the moment. Okay, I've got loads of sympathy. And that's potentially hours and hours and hours of your time going wasted for no reason. Okay. And, and all you're doing, and you're doing all that for the possibility of getting one phone call. Hours and hours and hours for a phone call that might last 30 seconds. And in the end, you might pick it up and it probably be one of these scam jobs going, nah, oh, fuck off, because they've managed to get your details from somewhere, right? To get an interview, maybe another interview. Oh, yeah, that's another thing as well, isn't it? They have about 5 different interview stages now for these shit jobs. Why? You're paying them $12.71 an hour. Why is there 5 interview stages for a $12.71 job an hour job? You fucking idiot, cleaning fucking tables. What is wrong with yous? Are you fucking doolally or what? And then eventually maybe you might get the job. So when someone says just get a job, I'm thinking, have you actually looked at what getting a job entails these days? And this is to everyone that does say, just get a job. Oh, you're not trying hard enough. You're not doing this. You're not doing that. Okay. This is where I'm trying to break it down to seem much more sympathetic to those who are generally struggling, okay, through no fault of their own 9 times out of 10 as well. Then we have the algorithm, don't we, of all these recruiters and all these job boards and stuff, okay? This has taken quite a few hours of research as well, so I do apologise if I've missed anything. If I've missed anything, please butcher me in the comments for it because this has taken hours and hours and hours of research, and I'm only human, so I will miss things, okay? So you've got the algorithms, okay? So we got another layer in front of another layer in front of another layer. Instead of just like you used to be able to just go in with your CV and say, oh, well, it says on the door there you're hiring here, mate. You know, and they'll ask you a question: when can you actually do an interview, or when can you start? them old days, right? Those that are old enough will remember them old days. But the other old one was just go in there with a CV, and if they like the look of you, you got half a chance of getting in. Okay, and that's as simple as it was back then. Okay, but again, I'm not going back to back then because obviously back then was a lot simpler, and we didn't have a massive problem with what we've got now in multiple aspects of our society. Okay, so then you upload your CV, and then suddenly you get told you've got a 58% match, a 48% match, and a 49% match, and you're thinking, what the fuck does that actually mean? To what? What 58 mean match to what? What, the 58% match to what? What we're matching it against? Where in your algorithm are we matching my CV to be 58%? Where's the other 42% gone? Where's the missing bits? Why won't you tell me the 42%? This is just argument's sake here. Why won't you tell me the 42% and where it's gone missing? So that the person who's got this thing going, where's 42%? They can't work on it because you're not telling them where the 42% is missing. You see where this is going? Okay. Is it the experience, qualifications, skills, hours, something else? Other people have got like gaps in their CV due to surgery, long term illnesses, and stuff like that, and the likes. Yeah, because matching keywords and CVs doesn't necessarily mean someone is actually suitable for the job they are being processed through on the CV. Prime example is if you've been nothing but a construction worker all your life and you have a massive accident and you've had to have surgeries and you can no longer do that. Well, where's your only experience you've ever got on your CV is that you've been a builder all your life. So it's going to fucking keep chucking up builders at you, even though you cannot physically do that ever again. Okay, and it will keep chucking that crap at you, and it will keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it, and you're sitting there going, "What's the fucking point?" Okay, as I know someone in that very same similar situation. Okay, I'm not going to mention any names because it's not fair on the person who it is. A computer can see painter, cleaner, customer service, driving license, whatever, and yet 58% match. But a human being can look at the actual circumstances and go, hang on a minute, this actually isn't suitable for your personal thing. But that's why they do try and do these job things. I've seen them, the job centre do these job things where you get the same idiots sit down with you and say, right, this is what happens. And the first thing they say to you is CV. And they look at your CV and go, you can do that. So you're doing what a computer's doing. You're doing exactly the same thing what a computer's doing. I'm going to put you forward to this. The fact is, say, for example, you've had surgeries and you can no longer do physical stuff. All she's seeing is, da, 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 da. Oh, that's what you've done. We'll put you forward for that. But I'm in a wheelchair, bruv. So I'm going to start lumping boxes around. I'm in a wheelchair, bruv. Cool, gotcha. Fucking idiots. The gap. Because for me, the interesting bit isn't the 58%, it's the gap. What's missing? What makes it 58% instead of the 100%? Because if you're going to give someone a percentage match, tell them what the percentage actually means, which I've already touched on. Don't just give me 58%. Tell me what the 58% is. You've got 6 things we want, but you're missing these 4. At least the person knows what they're dealing with. Otherwise, it's just a number. And we can just throw numbers out there, can't we? Look, 4 million. There you go. 4 million. There's a number out there for you. What about our youth? What about the youth for the UK who are finding it very, very hard at the moment to get a job? The unemployment for the youth is worse than the poll. Okay, let that sink in. 16 to 24-year-olds, the unemployment is worse than the poll. That says a lot, okay? And then when you got the young people trying to get into the market, which is nigh on impossible, by the way, just my opinion. And this is where I think the situation gets really difficult because imagine you're 18, you've got little to no work experience, you just come out of college, you've got like a 2 bob bit college qualification, okay? You've got no experience, you apply for an entry level job where there's millions and millions and millions of you know who's applying for the same fucking shit job, right? Okay. And the employer wants, well, how the fuck am I supposed to get experience if no one gives you the opportunity to do it? Okay. And that's been a problem for years. Okay. But it was a lot easier back then than it is now because at least the employer saw your face. You might have turned up with no experience, but if you went into that place saying, have you got any jobs available. I'd love for an interview sometime. If you went in there with the right attitude, they would go, "Oh, he's got a good, decent attitude. This fella. We'll give him a go. We'll put him on a see as you go contract sort of thing. Yeah, that used to be a big thing back in the day. A see as you go contract, and then after a week or two, if you was no good, he'll get rid of you. Sorry, mate, not quite my cup of tea. But if you was good, you're in. Okay. Whereas now they see the fact these algorithms see the fact no thing rejected straight away. Bang, gone. No chance. So how the fuck are you supposed to get experience? No one's going to give you the opportunity to get it. You've got no experience, can't get a job. Can't get a job, no, can't get experience, right? And it's just a catch-22. You go round and round and round and round and round and round and round. And this is where it gets really interesting. So it's a 27-to-1 statistic. Some people do say it's in their 30s. Whoever does say it's 30-odd-to-1 are misleading you, and it's not the whole workforce either. This is aimed at the youth, okay, the 16 to 24-year-olds. Okay, so now as a statistic, it's going to get many people talking. The Centre for Social Justice analysed the HMRC payroll data looking at under 25s between January 2020 and December 2025. Okay, so we've got a 5-year stat ready for you. The number of non-EU under 25s on UK payrolls has increased by 289,400. Okay. This is going with the number of UK nationals under 25s payroll increased by 10,800 only. Okay, in 5 years. That's a ratio of roughly 27-to-1. 27-to-1 non-EU under 25s are getting employed over EU under 25s in this country, okay? And they say there's no such thing as DEI. Okay. Now, before someone starts screaming, you're saying 27 migrants hired for every British youngster. No, I'm not. I'm not actually saying that at all. That's not the that's not what the underlying calculation means. It also means EU, as in like Europeans as well. Okay, and it also means because they don't because they class in this country because they class um, uh, people that are born in this country who may have migrant um, parents, they're classed as British for some unknown reason. They're not in my eyes, but that's an argument for another time. Okay, but that's that. Okay, the numbers themselves are still worth discussing because at the same time, young people are getting forgotten about in the workplace, and they can't get anywhere unless they do these stupid fucking run yourself into the ground delivery apps, which more and more people are boycotting, by the way, because of illegal workings. Okay. So for the youth, it is quite hard. Okay, well, it's more than quite hard. It's fucking hard. Okay, that's why more and more youth are turning to trying to earn things on like YouTubes and TikToks and just acting a prat basically and trying to do things that way and try and be creative and use Fiverr and Etsy and all these sort of things. Just got to try and think out the box, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to try and give you a bit of positivity as well. Just try and think, if you're a youngster, you're sitting there thinking, fuck me, what the fuck am I going to do in my life? I can't get a chance, I can't get a job, can't get this. Just try and think out of the box a little bit. You know what I mean? I know it's easier said than done, but just try and think outside the box a little bit. Just think, what sort of skill have I got? What can I do? And then you go, bang, gotcha. I can do this, 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 this. And then you put all your focus into it. And then if it don't work, it don't work. What have you lost? You know, it's better than just staring at the same 4 job screens over and over again, applying for time. So this isn't just about immigration, and I'm going to make this clear. I'm not saying immigration is the only reason young people are struggling, even though it's a big part of it. You've got employers dealing with higher costs, which is understandable because Labour are just taxing everyone to death, which is fine. The smaller businesses are struggling. The ones that actually got a hands-on and more human touch are struggling, who will look at you as an individual instead of just a number like the bigger fuckers do. Okay, this is what they want. This is exactly what these cunts want. All right. You've got young people for fewer opportunities in the same sectors. So, like when it comes to the computer sector, it's saturated. Less and less people actually want to do manual labour now, which I don't blame them because obviously I see some people who are in their 50s, 60s, done this all their lives, and they're completely and utterly fucked, okay? And I get why a lot of people don't want to do it, but we do need trade. So if you are thinking about it and you are struggling, learn a trade. There's one for you. Learn a trade. Um, so what the hell's the answer to all of this? And this is where I don't want to pretend I've got some magic answer, because I don't. I've got my opinions, and I know it's going round and round and round because I don't. If we actually want people to work, we need a system that helps people get back into work of all ages. Okay, if they keep trying to push this retirement age up and up and up and up, but yet you've still got 5 million people on some sort of benefit, it's only going to grow, because the more the retirement age goes up, the more people will be out of work, and this country can't afford for that to keep happening, because it will go bankrupt. It will go bankrupt. Okay, and the fact is that Labour do not want to invest in opportunities for anybody either. So it's either you work for the public sector or that's it, which will make the country go bankrupt because you're paying for yourself, basically. Okay, makes no sense. Okay, but this is that'll be another. I'll do another completely separate video on Labour and how fucking mental leftist ideologies are to try and run a country. I'll do another video on that another day. So no one where somebody has to apply, tailor CV, write cover letters, fill in applications, wait, get rejected, apply again, get another rejection, repeat the same process over and over and over. And especially for young people, whilst you're still trying to figure out where you belong in this world, that can be fucking demoralizing. And I'm not going to say it's not, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It can be fucking demoralizing. Just going around and around and around and around, knowing your worth, knowing what you, and keep getting hit on a wall, hitting a wall, hitting a wall, rejection, 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 rejection. It's fucking demoralizing. Okay. So, I mean, if anything, just hang in there. I haven't got a magic answer to this, but hopefully, like, some of the stats I've produced can be useful. And if you are struggling, just look at yourself and go, what can I actually do? Because it's pointless looking at these sites, these job boards, right? Because you're just firing shit into the void, and hopefully something comes back. It's crap. It won't come back because they're not looking at you as a person. They're looking at you. What can you do? Bang. And they'll give something miles away and go and do that. All right, cool. So look at yourself, go, what can I do? And then try and think outside the box. We've got things like AI and stuff now. So ask that, talk to that. That might be able to help you as well. So, yeah, that's pretty much where we are with that one. So what I've found looking around at the UK job market is the official unemployment is 4.9%. The economic inactivity is 20.9%. The claimant count is 1.6 million. One recruitment data set has found average of 180 applicants per hire. And then you've got the increasingly automated recruitment systems, the percentage matches, the catch-22 experience, the 27-1 difference in net payroll growth between EU and non-EU under 25-year-olds since 2020. Now, I'm not telling you what you're supposed to think. I want to know what you think. Please let me know in the comments. Is the modern recruitment system actually helping recruit people get into work, or is it just a tool to get more of your data and nefarious means like that? Are employers expecting too much experience for an entry-level jobs? I'd say so as well. Also, as well with some of these, because I did a bit of research into some of these jobs as well, these entry-level jobs. I'm reading them and I think to myself, you're making it out like he needs to be a fucking brain surgeon to wipe some tables down. Like must hold cleanliness to the highest regard. What, holding a cloth and a bit of spray? Come on, man. You're making it harder than what it seems, okay? As well, that is just fucking pointless. What do you think needs to change? I mean, let me know. Please let me know. Because one thing I don't think we can keep saying is just get a job, as if it's the end of the conversation. Because clearly it's a hell of a lot more complicated than that. Also, as well, just before I do disappear as well, the job centres back in the 90s, I've seen some videos. They used to have jobs on the actual wall. So you used to go in there and there used to be jobs on the wall, right? And you pick them up, take them to whoever and say, I'm interested in that one. And they'll send it off. Okay. And then that job's gone then. And if the person likes you, they'll get back to you. So it's not really a competing thing. It's where like if you've been unemployed for a while, they would favour the unemployed to get them back in than someone that's just switching jobs just for the sake of switching jobs, so to speak. Okay. Whereas now, I do believe it is pretty much you go in, you see someone, and then that's it. You're done. And then no, nothing. It's like, what did you do? I applied for this, and this, and this. And then something called a journal now or something. And you write it all down in your journal, and that's it, done. And you see them next week. Bye. All right, cool. That's pointless, wasn't it? But yeah, if you have enjoyed this video, please feel free to give it a like. Subscribe to H&H Comments. You've been fucking fantastic. I'll just keep being me, a weirdo, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers, guys.